LSU versus Florida, a College World Series rematch. Two different teams, players got drafted. And LSU, they're coming off a bad series against Mississippi State. But they win game one. They got momentum. Luke Holman, breaks his record for strikeouts. Fantastic second start in SEC play. Offensively, you still scored. Bats are still awake, still alive. So honestly, probably the best start they could have against Florida. So let's talk about it. But first, let's roll that intro. This is also Shire once again for another LSU video. I'm going back to game by game recaps because it just seems a better way to produce more content, keep the channel alive, keep it fresh, keep uploads constant. So I hope you guys enjoy this. So let's get into game one, right? A lot of questions for this team, right? As I just said, they are coming back from a horrible series against Mississippi State. Offensively they did well, pitching not so much, and the question was gonna be, how do they respond? How do they bounce back? Who takes accountability? And and Luke Holman was the first guy to show this, right? And Luke Holman, he's in a weird spot, right? He's the guy who has to take the place of Paul Skeens. He has to be the ace of the staff. And first start against Mississippi State, he didn't look like it. I'll say that. But tonight against Florida, Florida, a team that was just in the College World Series, I know there are, this is not the same team that was there, but still, that has to mean something. And in this game, he broke his strikeout record. 13 batters in 6 innings, all striked out. Allowed just 1 hit and 1 earned run, and you can say that earned run was basically just the wind helping out the guy. But overall, he, as Jay Johnson said after the game here, I'm reading off notes and the interviews here, right? That Jay Johnson, he talked to him, and he said, "I'll be better next week." And Luke Holman was better today. He was better tonight. He is what you wanted to see from this pitching staff after Mississippi State. And I think he knows what he needs to do to keep striking out 13 guys, a healthy dose of fastballs and sliders. And I'll say this, right? The offense. Well, and then rephrase that. Let's talk more about the pitching here. For 1 second here, guys. And then, following that, Griffin Herring, he did his stuff. He did his stuff there. What else is there? I wish I had the stats up, but, Herring did what he needed to do. He closed the game out for this team. And overall, just some great stuff. Now let's talk offensively. I'm sorry for not having those stats up, but hey, I eventually got them. Let's talk offensively for this team here, right? They opened up scoring in the first inning. That's great to see, right? 2 scoring singles from Pearson and Frey gave the lead, right? But they had a cold streak after that. They just had 1 base runner over the next 4 innings. And 1 double in the 4th by Braswell. And then, they waited a little bit, right? They waited till the 6th to finally put the game out of, competing Florida getting the lead back, right? You start with a Travinsky double. Pearson got hit by a pitch. Long single by Frey. Braswell walked to score a run. Evan Klings hit a sac fly. and Bingham hit himself another one, and LSU got a 5-1 lead. And Bingham, Travinsky, and Frey finished the game with multiple hits. Bingham was the only one to drive 2 Tigers in. So, yeah, very much a good game there from the Tigers offensively. I'm not worried about the bats for LSU offensively. I think they know how to hit. They know the approach. Jay Johnson basically knows what he needs in his batters, and his batters execute. Sure, there are cold streaks in the offense occasionally, but that's just baseball. Sometimes a pitcher is just a great pitcher, right? Like, look at, and also great credit for the guys who weren't really hitting that much, right? Tommy White had 2 fantastic defensive plays this game. A guy who is coming back from injury, surgery. Really didn't know how he was going to produce offensively, but somehow he was able to improve defensively. This guy, you really were just making him play a base just to have him in your lineup. And this year, he is firmly your best third baseman on the team. This team, they bounce back very well. I'll say that. They always look great after a loss. And I wonder what momentum they can get here, because Florida is a good team. You gotta give them credit. So game 2, going to be interesting. 6:30, I think, SEC Network Plus. I'll be here after the game, and video out later. So if you enjoy this content, this short, easy, way to ingest content, then like, subscribe, comment, helps the channel grow. And this has been Dawson Charlotte. If you enjoyed this video, I'll see you guys next time.